Back to before Terrence McNally ever put a pen to paper, he always had a love for the theater. For 60 years, that love has never diminished. Terrence McNally has become one of our finest, most original, audacious, and funniest dramatists in the American theater. His honors include 2 Guggenheim Fellowships, a Lucille Lortel Award, a Dramatists Guild Hull Warrener Award, an Obie, and 4 Tony Awards. But before he achieved such professional distinction, he absorbed and cultivated a spectrum of experience that would eventually shape the plays he writes and the stories he tells. Born in St. Petersburg, Florida, Terrence grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas, where one of his early teachers, Mrs. Maureen McElroy, encouraged his writing. His parents, Dorothy and Hubert, introduced him to theater. Beginning at age 5, Terrence saw Broadway's best, Ethel Merman in Annie Get Your Gun, Gertrude Lawrence in The King and I, and Helen Hayes in Mrs. McThing. They all left lasting impressions that became the foundation of a life in the theater. At Columbia University, he majored in journalism. While there, he wrote his first production, the 66th Annual Varsity Show, with music and lyrics by Ed Kleban, who later wrote a chorus line. The director was college pal Michael Kahn. After graduation, Terrence submitted a script to the Actors Studio and received an invitation to work there as a stage manager. He spent 2 years observing, listening, and learning. He devoured the words of Shakespeare and Chekhov. Their characters are full of humanity and dimension, says Terrence. They taught me that my model should be life as it is, unstructured. Terrence then traveled for a year with author John Steinbeck as a tutor to his children. Steinbeck's advice: never write for theater, it'll break your heart. But it was during his travels with Steinbeck that he developed Things That Go Bump in the Night, which became his first New York show. Featuring gay characters, the play was one of the great scandals of the 1964 New York season, but despite bad reviews, Terrence continued writing. His one-act Next, directed and produced by Elaine May, established him as a full-time playwright. He continued with Noon, Where Has Tommy Flowers Gone?, Bad Habits, and The Ritz. At the time of his earliest work, there was the perception that a play with gay themes had a different value or morality, or that comedy could not touch the core of truth, when in fact, under Terrence's unique microscope, it is the larger universe that is illuminated. It is every human heart. Terrence said, "I never thought I wrote literature. I write plays for actors. If you don't like collaboration, you shouldn't be a theater person." These collaborations have included his work with Nathan Lane, Kathy Bates, Christine Baranski, and directors Joe Mantello and Leonard Folio. And with composer Stephen Flaherty and lyricist Lynn Ahrens, created the musicals Ragtime and A Man of No Importance. And with David Yazbek, The Full Monty. His partnership with the legendary John Kander and Fred Ebb produced Kiss of the Spider-Woman and The Rink. Terrence's love of opera and music is part of his artist's soul, from the passion of the Lisbon Traviata to the intensity of Masterclass. Music has always influenced his work. Terrence says, "Music can articulate feelings in a more examined way than words. Masterclass is about our need for art." In the play, Maria Callas tells us, "I have to think that we have made this world a better place, that we have left it richer, wiser than had we not chosen the way of art." But perhaps the most profound influence on his work has been the experience of love and loss. His plays Frankie and Johnny in the Clair de Lune, Andre's Mother, The Perfect Ganesh, Lips Together, Teeth Apart, and Corpus Christi all resonate with strong themes of love, loss, fear, and hope. My plays are emotionally biographical, not personally biographical, Terrence says. I write about the difficulty of people connecting as they are trying to find hope, trying to find their way to real love and commitment. One such story of love and commitment is Terrence's 10-year relationship with playwright Gary Bonasorte, who died in 2000. Of Love, Valor, Compassion, a play that follows the lives of 8 men, Terrence says Gary's spirit is in every character. My plays are my attempt to make sense of what it's like to be alive, or be in love, or to experience joy. In 2001, he met Tom Curdahy. Recently, they affirmed their partnership in a civil ceremony. Their wedding announcement appeared in the New York Times. Terrence knows the extremes life offers. That same year, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. He fought that battle and won, and today he is cancer-free, with a new role model, Lance Armstrong. This season, his new play, The Stendhal Syndrome, was produced in New York. Still, he says, it's humbling to be a playwright and face a blank page. But from those blank pages, Terrence has given us a lifetime of stories. Stories and characters rich in the complexities of human emotion. Says Terrence, I'm so happy to experience the beauty, the wonder, the people. I wouldn't trade my life or career with anyone. I'm very grateful.